It made me go through all of the contracts in basketball. I think he's the second least productive big contract in basketball. Behind who?
Bradley Beal?
No. Come on.
Lonzo Ball.
Nope. Not counting guys that have been out for the entire
Okay,
year.
I was about to say.
Ben Simmons.
Oh, man.
Ben Simmons.
That's
Ben produced. He just be hurt.
Produce what?
If Ben was healthy
He
on his
produced.
Sixers
Hey,
team,
he produced amazing fits. P. There you go. He one of them
I was
boys.
just
He
talking.
one of them boys that's dripped out on the side.
Is
Hey.
he? I never really paid attention.
he is. You are a bigger Ben Simmons fan than me now. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, you really are though. All season long, you've been buying.
You
the Ben
talk
Simmons
about
stuff.
Ben Simmons way more than I do at this point.
I was not. I was just saying he be having that shit on.
He does. He does.
Your Lakers went against the Brooklyn Nets. Nobody really care about what the Lakers doing right now.
Nah.
It was about 10 points in the first half of Ben Simmons. And I went back to look at his last year. How many games did Ben Simmons put up 10 plus or double-digit points last year?
6.
7.
7 is a guess.
I knew he had a week where he had like 20, like
say
3 times.
8.
It was 13. Better than, but it's still not very good. Okay, of those 13 games, how many of them did he have double-digit points in one half? It was one. All right, it was one. He had one game last year where he had double-digit points in the first half, and he did that in his very first preseason game. I also like that he was aggressive and wasn't afraid to get fouled, and he also shirked that one little flare that you put in the group chat where he tried to throw behind the back pass. He wasn't doing it last year. He just didn't have the confidence for it.
He is moving so different.
Yeah.
He's moving like Philadelphia.
And I wanted him to attempt a 3, obviously.
He might as well. It's preseason.
It's preseason. He did it
y'all-
last year in preseason, or 2 years ago in preseason.
What I'm gonna be, Derek?
You about to be on their ass like a diaper?
I am, but I'm gonna be very annoying. The last thing they want to see is Ben come back to form. I'm gonna talk so much shit.
Who's a surprise potential? Like, oh shit, they really locking up. You know who
the
he
Nets.
is?
The Nets.
You think it's the Nets?
The Nets.
They got
I think my
If Ben Simmons
If, bro,
comes
if
to
Ben
play,
Simmons is Ben Simmons,
Why is this podcast we live in 3 years in the past?
no, but that on some real shit.
right, Lonzo.
When they did the KD trade and like the Kyrie shit went down, I was thinking like, bro, the way they got defense around him, if Ben Simmons could be the best defender on that damn team.
Yeah.
In reality,
Ben Simmons could be the best defender in the league.
and that team has a hell of a lot of good defenders.
It's the offseason like a
Fucking Ben
motherfucker right
Simmons might
now.
win MVP. If they can,
I'm just
win
saying, like, in
50
general, Ben
if
Simmons.
they win 50 games, Ben Simmons MVP.
No, KB, I'm just saying in general, Ben Simmons literally could be the best defender in the league. Like, tools-wise, he can.
Sure.
I can get Kim Kardashian pregnant. I can. I have the body part to do it. I can do it.
You know who the sleeper
That's how you
is?
sound right now.
You know who the sleeper is? That's what You know who also got the tools to be the best defender in the league?
Ooh.
Justice Winslow. But we not having a conversation about Justice
Stanley
Winslow.
Johnson too.
Justice Winslow, his short stint with the Blazers, he was locking up.
Exactly. We not talking about him having the tools.
But you crazy. Ben Simmons and Justice
No,
Winslow.
you're right.
Come on now.
One of them was all defensive teams.
Come on now.
Which of these teams will win a 3v3 game? Ron, AD, and Russ versus KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons.
Give me Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Ben.
I would say the same thing, just because you got two of the best one-on-one scorers
Yes.
ever in Kyrie and Ben Simmons. And, Kevin Durant.
And it's like, if they maybe go somewhere else that has some structure and they're looked at to do some other things more than being the franchise savior, they'll probably be more of a impactful player. Aaron Gordon going to the.
I know he's not talking about what I think he's talking about.
I don't have nobody.
I thought you had somebody in mind.
I'm asked you. Maybe you.
Nah,
think it's
I looked
DeAndre
at.
Ayton.
I'm looking at the 2016.
I looked
guy.
at 2016,
Ben
But
and Ben Simmons was the name I seen,
Simmons
which
is the
is
name that came up when I looked,
I don't
too.
think it's the craziest outlandish thing, but he's
in the
got-
gym, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
He looks good.
He does that shit every off
Yeah.
season.
I remember
as he
the-
should though.
The year, his last year in Philly, he put together 4 workout videos of him shooting threes, and I was so pissed off. He's like,
We knew he wasn't going to shoot
what
him.
the fuck are you doing?
But I think that's the best thing for some of these teams is that people gonna keep going off the Ben Simmons thing, and if this year he come in and hit, it's just like who gives a fuck about the last 2 years?
I think
Ben
he
Simmons
has the
is how
highest
old?
potential to do it.
Ben Simmons is
Yeah,
26, 27. So he
325 days.
He's
he's
27.
27.
yeah, so he got at least another 2 years of people playing this what if game before it's like finally closed. We've seen guys who've had 6 years of can he do something, and they ain't did shit that Ben Simmons did. Like think about how many years did Dragon Bender float around the league before they said, okay, That's enough. How many years has Josh Jackson been floating around just off the fact that he was the 4th overall pick, let alone actually doing something?
I remember been to float around for 4 years.
Josh Jackson had a game against the Bulls 2 years ago when he was on the Pistons, and I was so pissed.
He was trying to piss. He going back and forth with
Zach LaVine. Yeah, I was
that.
so mad. I'm like, bro, cut it the fuck. And he was actually playing good ball too. So like he was backing it up. But like, bro, you have 160 games under your belt. This is your best one. Relax, relax. Zach does this on a normal basis.
So Ben Simmons got at least 2 more years of people being like, he was in the gym. You know what I mean? I be seeing them when they post a video and people like, oh, I'm not falling for this again. Call me crazy. I'ma fall for it again.
But it didn't even.
You are crazy.
The jump shot.
I am.
Crazy.
I mean,
like we said, if Ben Simmons went somewhere and did it all over,
I honestly thought the Nets. His thing is just more.
It looked good, bro.
Honestly, it's mainly he used the back. He said his back was never 100%.
But there's nothing that Aaron Gordon is doing with the Nuggets right now that I don't think the Ben Simmons that we were familiar with couldn't do.
Yeah.
Other than the
no,
threes in game 5,
that nigga don't attack the basket. Aaron Gordon will go up. Ben Simmons is like gets a ball on the paint and looks
the
other
Ben
way.
Simmons that we got accustomed to seeing. The Ben Simmons we got accustomed to seeing attack the basket. That's how he averaged 17 points a game because he wasn't fucking shooting.
I just saw recent highlights of Ben Simmons playing from when he was.
How's the highlights?
And it was like, don't forget when being with the dog.
And then he was like, he was doing between the leg passes, diving people up. He was getting to. I was like, oh, like visually, he looked like a generational talent, man.
It's so fucking crazy. It's just stupid.
And it's
just
like
dumb.
Injury that just can mentally just make him not confident to be that player again is.
We not leaning all of that on injury. That's injury and that's lack of performance and mental.
Yeah, no. That's what I said. I said the injury kind of has like a mental fog on him. He's scared he's
But
going to
the
hurt his back
mental thing
again.
also came part from the series against the Atlanta
Hawks,
that kind of handicapped him for a while. And the mental part of him never shooting a fucking outside
that
jumper.
clip or audio where it's like, shoot it, Ben. Like,
Kyrie.
you shouldn't hear that as like a person that plays professional basketball. Somebody telling you to shoot the ball.
He's afraid to shoot the ball, afraid to get to the free throw line.
That's why the Nets shit was so disappointed though, because it looked like, man, with Durant and Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? Like
He's got to do something.
minimize that, just be the defensive guy who
Be
can push
Draymond.
in transition.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought
He
he was going
expected
to be.
that.
Was going to be Draymond.
Nicholas Claxton did all that shit.
True. Y'all got faith in Ben Simmons coming back?
Hell yeah, I got faith in Ben
Hell,
Simmons.
come on, stop
Come on,
it.
man. Give me some depth. Ben Simmons is healthy. Everything looks to be up and up. Everybody in that organization said that this is the most explosive they've seen Ben Simmons and the closest that they've seen of him being him. And they're all talking highly of him, installing confidence in him. He looks confident. He looks in shape. I'm here.
Yep, and he seems like he's very excited to play point guard this season. He said he's ready to go back into that role. They have the most versatile defensive lineup in ball.
The first thing we want to talk about today is ESPN's Top 100.
Only thing I was saying was, does some of this make sense? Can I see this making sense?
Right.
Like, does this? But overall, I stand on what I said. Now, next year, there's not going to be 60 players better than Desmond Bain.
On business, huh? You standing on that?
I'm standing on another business. Right now, next year, there's not 100 players that's better than Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White not making the list. There's a couple people that just didn't make the cut, and I'm like, man, Derek White's just all defensive player, shot the ball extremely, extremely well. Like maybe they're saying
Ben Simmons wasn't on the list.
who?
Ben Simmons.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Makes sense.
I mean, if you're projecting, I don't think there will be 100 players better than Ben
I
Simmons.
think I think that y'all are in the minority as like the Ben
Oh.
Simmons fan club.
Everybody don't think Ben Simmons going to.
Okay, I guess.
It's very polarizing. You got people like me, you, who are like, oh, man, Ben Simmons going to get back. And then there's people who want to see it, want to believe it, but they have to go off the last, and I can't
That's me.
fault
Yeah.
them. I can't fault them at that. So that's why I don't argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I show love to my boy. Anybody who's opposed to it, cool. I'm not going to go back and forth and say, no, you must trust, because I get it. Like, the last 2 seasons have been very...
It's just a different.
You
You
have to
got
play
that
more
college.
team
You have
ball.
that college feel to it. It's just like it might be Ben Simmons, or it might be Ben Simmons night. Now it's McHale night. Cam Johnson, you got 25.
That also hurts you in a tough conference
It
like the
does.
East, where it's going to be a lot of nail biters.
They played 27 games. I just looked it up. 27 games after Kevin Durant was traded. What was their record in that 27?
I already
games?
know.
Probably like 500.
2 games below 500.
3 games below. They were 12 and 15.
But though I'm going against them in this argument, again, they were a thrown together team.
Yes, they do have that. Another real year, a real offseason together is huge.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. I mean, if they ended up being 6, it's not like, oh my God. But I just have more faith in Atlanta Hawks, and maybe that's just because of the top end talent of the engine of Trae Young and the versatility of what they could. Like last year, they weren't a good defensive team, but they could be.
Give me your top 3 Nets players.
Ben Simmons, Mikal.
You already fucked
Claxton.
up. You already fucked up.
In that order, like
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't in order.
I'm sorry. Ben Simmons is not right now. Ben Simmons is not a top 3 player on
Okay,
the roster.
Cam Johnson.
KB, stop playing with
He's
him.
not. He's just not. He
Turn around, fade.
6 points.
Okay, Cam Johnson, Mikal, Nicholas Claxton.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You could put Ben in top 3 if you want to.
You want to, but it's gonna be bad for your argument.
Bro, Macy, I put a highlight like that fade in the chat talking about there's no way there should be no highlight.
Facts. That's facts.
But
though.
that's what they was doing. Like, he'll have an open layup to start the game. Immediately they put it on.
He wasn't doing it last year, and we shitted on him. Now he's doing it, so praise
It's,
him.
and I don't want to praise him. I was just like, okay, you know,
He's got to get
it
to a
just
point where
happens.
if he scores 10 points in the game, it's not like all over Twitter.
It won't be. People just happy because we haven't seen it in a while.
Let's hope he puts up 10 points in the next preseason game.
Please believe when the season starts and he has 10 points in the first half of then they're gonna be like, oh.
Brooklyn Nets 37.5. I feel like we've said over for every team.
I will go under.
This is the under team to me.
Yeah, I will go under here.
I feel like after the trade deadline, they had that 2-week stretch. Like, oh, they're gonna be kind of. They wasn't.
Only way I could see it going over if we see like all-star level Ben Simmons again. That's like the only way.
Over.
That's like the only world where it could be over.
Over.
my
One more
God,
time for
bro.
the people in the
Cut
back.
it.
But like realistically, I'm gonna go under. But if Ben Simmons
37?
is doing shit,
37.5.
Give me 38 over.
Oh, crazy. Okay, so my
so we're
question
getting
is.
all-star level Ben. Would you say this is like a 40+ win team?
Yes, because
Yeah.
they have an
All-star level
all-star.
Ben got them lit.
All-star level Ben definitely got
That mean
them.
not only is he just
They
like
fuck
back
around
playing, that
fifth
mean he back
seed.
around like 18, 20
They
points
fighting
a
for
game.
home court advantage if they get All-Star
18 would
Ben.
be a career high. Hypothetically, if Ben Simmons doesn't do that this year, are we putting that to rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the year.
Yeah.
Who else is the Cam Reddish? If Cam Reddish don't play for the Lakers, are we
Yeah.
putting that to rest?
This is the Cam
No.
Reddish year.
'Cause they're a championship team.
He need to play for the Bulls.
Exactly
The Ben
what he
Simmons
did.
shit is the one though. The Ben Simmons shit is unless he has a horrific injury.
He's 100% right now.
If he goes out there as 100% and then shatters his knee, am I supposed to stop all of a sudden? I'm gonna be like, that's because he shattered his knee.
We need to rank the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference.
This should be easy. So we got the Celtics and the Bucks up top.
Yes.
Done.
1 and 2 done.
Who do y'all think is number 3?
The Bulls.
I go Cleveland
I would go
Cavaliers.
Cleveland
Cleveland Cavaliers.
at number
Yeah.
3.
And my Knicks are 4.
Yeah, I think the Knicks will be a top 5 seed. The Sixers will probably be right there at 5.
I'm not mad at that list.
But don't sleep on them Nets. The Nets can sneak in now.
Top 5?
Yes,
Okay. So you're buying in on Ben Simmons.
I'm buying in on Ben Simmons.
I could never argue with that, my brother.
You remember when LeBron went to Miami and he didn't win MVP, even though he maybe should have?
Yeah.
Because he just had that one switch
Aaron
year.
Gordon.
Aaron Gordon could get some love. He get some love.
Aaron Gordon.
What if Ben Simmons is now back all defensive?
It's possible. It's possible.
That's
Keep it up in the air.
That's the most possible out of any equation that you put on Ben Simmons' name. Even if you like, he's just gonna come back and not be aggressive scoring. He ain't never gonna be, 10 points per game is Ben Simmons from now on. Sure,
We'd be happy at 10 after last season.
You can make everything a long shot, but like the most reasonable expectation to have for Ben is for him to be
All defensive player, yeah.
at that level.
I don't know how much if y'all talked about it at all, but for the like past couple of days, I've been seeing hella fucking Ben Simmons videos and all that type of shit.
Well, biceps big,
And I'm
ain't they?
what'd you say?
His biceps big, ain't they?
They
That's all they showing.
Well, my thing,
They could be a lot better.
the drop the mic is who do y'all got most poised for like a comeback player of the year?
Literally Ben Simmons.
And I was the second part of that is / do y'all believe in this Ben Simmons shit
Yes.
for the umpteenth time?
Yeah,
No, I don't believe it. I hope it happens for his sake, but I'm not on the hype train right now.
I'm on the hype train. I'm leading it.
I hope he's
Saying he's the best health he's been since like
when you
couple years ago.
when you seen that report of that, I'm the one that told that to the reporter.
And I hope that he does get that start. If he's starting at PG, I really love that for them.
It's less of me being a Ben fan because when I'm a fan, I'm always still a fan. I'm still a big Austin Rivers fan. Austin Rivers don't even have a team right now. I think it would be good for basketball.
Yeah.
Because not just because it's been said, I like the Nets team, bro. I don't know what it is. I like Cam, I like Mikal, I like Claxton, and then picturing Ben Simmons being half of what he used to be, or just
They kind of like young, fun, athletic. They pass. They good defenders. They got a lot of skilled players that are around at every position. I think that just entices
how
you. to wanna
KD
like
said, you need a villain, you need great teams, we need parity. a part of that is also teams that don't really have like this dominant player. They just got like a really good team, and it's some guys who you think can hit certain levels, like Mikal Bridges. Like, what is he gonna show us for?
I thought Cam Johnson showed a lot
He did.
in those playoffs.
I've been seeing him a
damn.
lot on social media, and I say, if they can get Ben, the Ben that we know him to be, we're no longer asking Ben to shoot threes and do all that. Just be the Ben that we once saw. On that team, with Mikal being that, Cam being that, you still got Spencer Dinwiddie, Nick Claxton, Defensive Player of the Year candidate for a stretch of the year. Oh, hell yeah. I like that team. Yeah. And I think they drafted well. Derek Whitehead, Noah Klein. Yeah.
It's going to be for comeback players, it's going to be Ben Simmons and Aiden for me.
We all might have the same answer. The Nets.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Benny.
Ben.
Yeah.
Don't let us down, Benjamin.
This the last year of me
Come on, Benjamin.
being on the Ben Simmons train.
There's gonna be another year.
This is year.
If
bro.
this-
no, I won't allow it. I'm honestly not.
If this,
allowing
if it doesn't happen this year, there's gonna have the same cycle where it's gonna have workout videos. It's gonna
But
have
why?
all
But
these
why would
quotes.
you fall for it for the
Why
fifth
would we
time?
need another year?
It's just a cycle.
We're banning the hype on through the wire if next year he don't provide. Now, if he gets
Injured.
I'm still not allowing it because at that point it's the same cycle. I'm saying if next year he's not terrible in the sense of him, I'm not expecting him to go to All NBA. If he's just better than last year, then we could be like, okay, next year.
What if he blows his knee out?
Somebody knock on the wood.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
He gonna
You need your knees to play basketball.
He gonna come with the come.
Raptors, last but not least, man.
Random pieces of people that they put together were decent, and he was doing a good job.
They were, but I think we also had some fool's gold. I think some guys played a lot better than they were, and they had already had some success because of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. This year, we're not getting the same Nick Claxton from last year.
No.
This year,
Not Mikal.
I'm not convinced Mikal is the number one option. This year, Cam Johnson continues to look cool, not at the price you paid him at. I don't know the state of this team. And if they were playing at the way that these two projected them at the start of the season,
Which was wild in the moment, and even crazier now that we've been watching.
I thought we were getting a healthy Ben Simmons.
But why would you?
I didn't even
You've
try
been
to
doing
think
this
that.
job for 8 years now.
I
Why
didn't even
would you
fully
think that?
take that into consideration.
I hope for
thought
that,
they
but
would
I
just
didn't.
be like-
I don't know if I thought that. I hope for it.
He's
though.
a TikToker now.
I hope for like a
But it just kind of seemed like there's not that much more room
I
to
like
grow.
it though. For the next,
I know
team,
he is.
though, too.
I know you're thinking Ben Simmons is going to come back and put this team.
Y'all saw the mixtape. He's ready to come back again.
He's as a Ben Simmons fan, he's pissing me off with that. I'm really not really liking
Did
it.
he drop that video?
All he do is return.
Yeah, facts, that's what I said. Did he put together that video, or did somebody else like put together a compilation?
It dropped on his page,
that's rap.
and he was talking over it. I
He
mean,
had
Oh, that's
somebody
rap.
film
It
it was like, yeah, this is just a part of my story.
Oh, boy.
I'm almost back, but
Ben,
it's like,
Ben,
yeah.
Ben. The best thing that can happen for Ben is for him not to do something like that. Just come back unannounced.
Yeah, I agree.
No
Now,
more return videos.
no more out, questionable. He's just in the lineup.
Because you got guys like my man's right here to the right of me.
Are you selling the stock?
It's sold already.
Ooh.
It is because you
At
was
an
just on
all-time
here.
low?
It's at an all-time low right now. KB.
It's kind of like Wiggins. What are you getting in
That's
return
just
for
supposed to hold
selling?
on to it,
That's
right?
where you keep it, right?
Yeah,
I
what
don't
do
know
you
what
get?
you get in return for Wiggins.
You got something from that deli for that Ben Simmons stuff?
I do.
Man.
That egg and cheese bacon.
That was just to put the cheese on it. That's how cheap it was. I would rather watch a 48-minute Spurs game than a half of the Brooklyn Nets right now.
Well, yeah.
Even when
Wemby,
Ben Simmons come back?
Wemby is definitely
When Ben
more.
Simmons come back, he gets one game.
Okay.
One game.
He gets one game. If he ends up with 4, 4, and 6, I'm not
Seen
coming
him
back.
warming up yesterday.
Oh my God. Here we go.
He looked loose.
I guess he was doing his little
looked
post hook
loose.
floater.
He looked loose. It's crazy.
Wait, I'm just
He looked loose. It's crazy, bro.
did he look like he was
He
ready
looked
to-
pretty loose,
Yeah.
Dmills. He looked pretty loose.
Hips open.
My favorite TikTok.
He looks flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the plyometrics have been paying off for him.
Because
And I also learned that Ben Simmons is just his body is either he don't like playing basketball, or his body's breaking down.
All right,
It'd be
wait,
like
wait.
it'd be like knee hurt, back management, headache, ring finger cut.
Are y'all done?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
The Ben Simmons thing?
Bro, don't
It's
say
over.
y'all done. Don't say y'all done. Because
I asked y'all before the season started.
We ask this every year.
It's done.
It's done.
I can't even.
Because you were the number one proponent.
Wait for the
Somehow you
summer.
ended up being higher than
Than
him on the
me,
Ben
yeah,
Simmons
oh,
stuff,
that's
which makes no
crazy.
Wait for,
sense.
That
the,
is
wait for
crazy.
the summer when the workout videos come out, the tweets come out.
But the workout videos they're never
It's-
enhanced.
When you do
enhanced
12
it.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
I
never
already
enhanced.
know he's not going to shoot those threes. He's
Yeah,
taking.
they're never enhanced. And those workout videos are old.
Those don't be
Didn't they
current.
come out before and they was like, "This is the healthiest I've seen Ben Simmons since."
He even said that himself.
But the workout videos that came out last summer, he was legitimately working out, lifting weights. But like they always try to throw in some shit from like summers ago. He's shooting threes. It's like, bro, that old ass video. But it's gonna be over for me completely, KB, once this contract is up, which is next year's the last year. Maybe next year he feel like, man, I got to do something so I can get a little bag. I ain't gonna be on a minimum, but right now, man, don't even talk to me about that. And my new player that I made, he's on the Nets, and I just be throwing lobs to him and Claxton, and they be having him go get it.
I know it's a lot of fake stuff that be going on.
2K, Ben is still OC on 2K.
That's what I was gonna say. A lot of stuff pisses me off in 2K because it's just fake. Ben Simmons and him like going crazy in the paint. He be knocking down a mid-range. I be like, bro, this is the fakest game ever.
I think it's just the way his player is, because they say his overall ain't high. But even as a 75, a guy who could play center and point guard with his speed, he's still OC, bro.
That sounds nice.
They could use a lead guard. Another injury that happened. Ben Simmons is officially out for the rest of the season.
Which is so sad to see, man. It's so sad. Like it's kind of like, damn, how many times we gonna see this? Him being out for the season. Like, it's so unfortunate. We've seen in like the last 3 seasons where he's been out for extended a period of time, and it's just like this dude was so damn good. He was a generational talent. He was a 6'10" point guard. He just couldn't shoot, but everything else he could do it all. And it's just sad to see.
It made me go back and watch old Ben Simmons highlights.
The 40-point game against Rudy Gobert.
That didn't happen. It just, the way he moved, like I watched all of his highlights, well, not all of his highlights, but like a big highlight package on YouTube of Ben Simmons and his All-NBA season or whatever. And then I rewatched his last game with the Nets. The man don't move nowhere near the same. And it's just like, damn, what could have been?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What could have been? What could have been? It's just, it is. I agree with
no
you.
pun intended.
It is sad.
Pun was intended, I think.
I don't know. I can't help but to think that this is some of the last we'll see of Ben.
I might be interested
You know
in
what's the
Brooklyn
big thing now,
2025.
right? You keep the Ben Simmons things keeps popping up on my
You saw?
timeline.
Did you see what you saw? Who posted it though?
Chris Brickley.
Chris
Brickley?
Brickley, yeah.
That's way like, and again, you take it with a grain of salt. 'Cause
Please
Ben
take it with
Simmons.
a grain of
But what I'm
salt.
saying is, that's way different than a random Nets page or some Ben Simmons
I
page.
just don't understand.
Saying,
They just
you know.
setting him up again.
They are
Every
but
offseason is
he
somebody
got the best
setting him
look
up.
versus somebody on social media. Chris Brickley is the one working him out and seeing him. He ain't saying in previous off seasons.
The one thing that I read and I was like, okay, is that he's been just continuously playing 5-on-5. You know, a lot of the times it'll be like he's going through non-contact injury. We don't really know, but like at least he's on the court playing.
No, yeah. I just again, I'm taking it with a grain of salt because it's Ben
Right.
Simmons. I'm not here to convince nobody that he's about to have an all-star year. But the source that it's coming from is the most legitimate source I've seen since, I don't know. Every other time it's some random page that's the Brooklyn Nets or some shit like that. But we get into somebody that's actually there seeing them firsthand. So